So, welcome to part one of my multi-motion, multi-time-lapsed, brainy, weird idea. Essentially, what I want to do is I want to use probably 5 cameras, maybe 6 in total. And each camera is going to have an element of motion in it, and it's going to capture motion as well. So the location will be lots of things moving. So it could be a motorway bridge, a roundabout, a railway station with people, or just a busy high street, something like that. Something with lots of motion, so that as you're capturing the time lapse, motion is happening within the images. The second part, a crucial part of this, is that each camera will indeed be moving. So it could either be just this panhard camera, in which case it's just going to turn left to right or right to left. It could be the like the normal slider, just from point A to point B. It could be something like the Osmo, where I can program it to set a point down there, move up there, go over there. That's one thing. I've got a follow focus slider, really big slider, which can either move from point A to point B and follow focus of a subject in the middle like this, or conversely it can actually sort of sweep like that from point A to point B and look at it. And I've then got the 360 camera, which obviously can capture the motion any way you want to point it. Really, it's just going to capture everything. And I've then got another movie making kit, which has got some different types of motion capturing sort of devices in them as well. What I don't want to do in any of this is to duplicate anything. So for example, if this movie maker kit, which is brand new, it's unboxing, going to do a review of it soon, much like this, you've not seen this yet on camera, but I've got a review of this doing soon. They are quite similar in the fact that they're point A to point B single track. So I'm going to work out which is the best one to use and then stick with that, because I don't want 2 devices to be counted within the thing. What I want is for each device, each camera, to count as a different motion movement, so a different way of capturing that motion. And the 6th camera will be mounted on a device that can capture every part of this movement. And crucially, the way this is going to happen is that if this is camera 1, when this moves, camera 2 is going to capture its camera 1 movement within it. So as camera 2 moves, it's going to still see camera 1 moving. And then as camera 3 moves, camera 3 is going to capture camera 2 and camera 1 moving. So that's 3 movements in one, and the 4th and the 5th and so on. So all 5 cameras essentially are going to be moving at the same time, and all capturing their own time lapses in succession, or all capturing their own time lapses at the same time. However, as you work up from whichever one I call camera number 1, 4 of the cameras are going to capture, one of the cameras are going to capture 4 other motion time lapses in the event. The next camera it's going to see, say for example, is this one, and it's going to see this one capture an event. Now, whilst it sees this one, it's going to see this one, it's going to see this one, it's going to see this one. However, this one will only see this one, this one, and this one. But this one will only see this one, and this one, and this one will only see this one. And this one won't see anything other than the motion it captures itself. I hope that made sense, because in my mind, that is my event. Now, there could be lots of reasons, like why the hell would you, or what you're trying to prove, or no one's bothered to just think of this weird shit up and do it. Either one of those reasons is brilliant, because it means no one's done it. Certainly the fact that I've Googled the crap out of it and looked on YouTube, and I can't see anybody that's done it. Now, the next thing is thinking of a name. Would you call it a multiple motion time-lapse event? Or would you, say for example, if you're John, call it a motion time-lapse Inception? Because that's what I've come with it. Motion time-lapse Inception. You probably got that from the title already, because the title of this video probably says Motion Time-Lapse Inception Part 1. And this is a multi-part video series that I'm going to do. However, I'm going to film it all and edit it all before you even see Part 1, because I want to actually finish it and then put it out there. This has been going on for a year already that I've had this in my mind, and I've just been trying to save up and work out how I'm going to do it and blah blah blah. So part 1 is basically me telling you about it and explaining the equipment. So it's the technicalities of what it is I hope to achieve. And I say I hope to achieve because it should work. You know, all I'm doing is setting up loads of time lapses, but it's getting the sequence of all that, making sure that each of them has an ability to record and find out which is the one that records for the shortest time. Say for example, it may be that it's this pan head that it can only run for 15 minutes or something like that, or it might be the Edelkrone, or it might be this slider. However, one of them will give me the shortest time frame to work to, and that then I'll work back so that everything else works to that shortest time frame, and then I'll have my time frame, my motion time lapse. Now I'm hoping that I'll get more than 10 minutes of recording so that I can then make 10 minutes into 30 seconds of a motion time lapse, just so that you get some motion in there, speed it all up, it all looks sweet. The second part of it is I am not a photographer, so most of the equipment I've got here is to record video. So yes, I'm going to video this. I am not going to record multiple stills, where you can introduce motion in the stills by having a slightly longer exposure. That would be fantastic, but unfortunately then I'd need a lot of specialized equipment to do that. So I'm going to do videos, and then I'll probably edit the videos with a bit of motion blur within the edit of the motion time lapse, because I think time lapses look best when they've got a bit of motion blur in them, because people whizzing around do create motion blur, and this is just kind of like a bit of a one-off. I just want to see if it can be done. It's a personal project. It's just me challenging myself to do something that's never been done before. Like I said, I've reached out to a couple of YouTubers, photographers and tech geeks and things like that, and unfortunately nobody wants to work with me. So it's just is the way of the world. Everyone's busy doing their own things. A few of them said, oh, it'd be nice to know what you want to work with, and I said, well, let's meet and have a chat because I've got something to go over, but they wanted it in an email, and I didn't want to write down an email what it is, because then I'm telling somebody else my idea, and as far as I know, this is a unique concept. So if I finish it and it works, it'll be the very first time anyone's ever done this. So I hope you've got the idea now behind this. I hope you've understood the concept of the capturing of motion, of the capturing of the motion, of the capturing of the motion. That's the idea. Yes, this is the kind of shit that my crazy head comes up with, and I do this just to just because that's what my crazy head comes up with. This serves no purpose whatsoever. I guess I'll get used to using all the equipment a little bit more, and I guess I'll have fun doing it. I hope so. It'll probably going to be a challenge, and that's kind of it really. So that's part 1. Part 1 is the challenge, my ideas in what I want to achieve, going through the technical aspects of it, and hopefully a quick explanation about what it is that each of the devices are going to be doing. The second part is the technical side of how I produce the thing that I want to produce. The third part would be to location scout and to find the perfect location to film what it is I want to produce. Part 4 will be me actually doing it, the day that I get up in the morning and go, right, today's the day. I've got the equipment, each equipment I've made notes and know how to set it up. I've got my location and I know how to get everything configured and ready to go. I've got all my batteries charged, I've got everything with me, and obviously I'm going to need help as well. So that'll be part 4, and then part 5, which hopefully will take place. If it doesn't, there won't be a part 5, but if it does take place and it all works, part 5 will be the video. And that's that. So thank you very much for watching me explain my weird and wacky ideas, and I hope that it interests you enough to keep up with the series. What I'm trying to do, like I say, by the fact that all this is pre-recorded, what I'm trying to do is make sure that I can condense it into maybe 2-week series. So in 1 week you might have episodes 1 and 2, and the second week you'll have episodes 3 and 4, and then if it all works out, maybe at the day after episode 4 airs, you'll have episode 5. Thanks for watching. Wish me luck. Like I say, because this is all pre-recorded and everything else, please do feel free to comment down there of any ideas or anything you've got to say about it. So what you're watching right now happened some time ago, and therefore if you say, oh John, why don't you try that, the next video I won't have tried it because I won't have read your comments, because that's in the future from now. Yeah. Confusing. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope that hope you find this interesting, really. This is the weird shit that goes through my brain. This is Gadget John's weirdest idea yet. We'll see how it goes. Right, see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.